Hello, David.
Hi, Tom, how you going?
I'm very good, thank you. How about we start with you introducing yourself?
I'm David Crombie and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Professionals Group Australia.
We gathered here today to have a little discussion about the virtual reality, about 360 technology, and I know you've been very familiar with that technology. You have been one of the first people in the country to bring this technology to Australia, and now, since you joined Professionals, I would like to know what do you think about this technology, and I would like you to maybe tell the members of Professionals family why do you think this technology brings any benefits for their business.
In regards to virtual reality or 360 tours, I think today's consumers are a little bit more sophisticated, and the benefit that I see of the virtual tours is it allows the consumer to have an immersive experience. When I was first looking at this product, and I thought, well, what about video? And why would you use a video over a 360 virtual tour? And the conclusion I came to is a video you've got to be beginning and the end, and if you want to watch it again, you have to play and see the same things.
Okay.
Whereas with a virtual tour, and a lot of the virtual tours we see today are on desktop computers, on websites, but for me the real power is once you take that virtual tour on a mobile device, put it into a set of goggles, and you can actually spend a lot of time in the property, walk around, look at various things, and the statistics that I've seen, those properties that have the virtual tours, consumers are spending more time looking at those properties. The other thing with the technology is that you can send that virtual tour on to your partner.
Yes.
You might be looking at a property in Gold Coast where we are today. Your partner's overseas at the moment and you want them to have a look at the property. Well, send them the virtual tour and they can have a look at it and basically walk through the property.
Yeah, oh, that's a great point. I actually think the process of decision making is not as simple as you just think you're going to buy this house and rent this house. You have to ask your partner, your spouse, or your family about what they think. So yeah, that's a great one. And because now we have quite a few Professionals offices using our services, do you have any exceptional results from anyone?
I've seen some of the early results from Professionals at Rockingham in Western Australia, and they're seeing quite good viewing statistics for the tours they're doing. And again, I spoke before about the virtual tour being on your website, but for me, I think the real power is to use those virtual tours in social media.
Yes, social media. We rarely talk about it, but Martina from Professionals in Rockingham, she's taking it to the next level. She's not only promoting the virtual tours on social media, but she even created a special landing page to get people to generate leads from the social media using virtual tours, and I think that's another great point about the use of the virtual tours.
They also, for me, provide. You've got video as well, but they also provide a good listing tool. A real point of difference that you can use against your competitors going into a listing presentation. And I'd recommend that you take your phone with you with a set of goggles into the house and let them experience it. What the level of marketing that you can provide. So.
Yes. And could you express your opinion on whether using the 360 camera and and VTC software, is it difficult for anyone?
No, I've been developing software for the industry for over 20 years, and one of the things that you need to ensure is that it's easy to do. An example what I did when first looking at virtual tours, the organisation I was at then, I had everyone in the office go through, take photos, and put together a tour just to ensure that it was easy to do. And with technology these days, and the cameras are getting not only cheaper,
Yes.
but easier to use. And what I say, if you can use your camera on your phone, then it's no difference in taking a 360 image to use the tool.
I think it's worth emphasizing that you don't need any photography skills, do you?
No.
To do that. So it's like taking selfies. We know that not every real estate agent will do it, but maybe you're going to find somebody in your office that is really switched on, and they might help out everyone.
Yeah, the only tip I'll give you from very early training is that just make sure that when you take the photo, you're not in the room.
Yes, that's a good one. Or you properly hide somewhere.
So no, it's quite simple these days.
Okay. Anything else that we didn't quickly talk about, or I didn't ask, and you would like to talk about regarding Virtual Tours Creator, that we are now part of the professionals family, and people can reach out to us and call. There's also special discounts for the whole group. So if you're going to ask Alex from marketing, they will definitely know how to send you any special codes.
I think that, talking about some of the benefits of using the virtual tours, putting aside the marketing aspect of it, one of the benefits that I think that you could achieve with using a virtual tour is, better qualifying, not only purchasers but also tenants.
Yes.
In years to come, what I'd like to see, in our offices is they have a special viewing room where, rather than having this printed piece of paper on the front desk of the current rentals, where they go into this room, put on a set of goggles, and they can actually virtually inspect the properties. That applies for purchases as well, so it allows you to qualify them better. In an open home, you might have a set of goggles and a phone there with your other properties that you have virtual tours for, and if that particular property doesn't suit them, you can say, well, let's have a look at some other options. And for when you get serious about doing these tours, you could even have branded goggles that you give out to the people that that are seriously in the market to look at property. The other thing from a property management perspective, I myself have some investment properties, and I get the reports through, and you've got these little photos and the descriptions. Why not send them a set of branded goggles for your office, along with a 360 tour of their inspection, so they can have a look at their property inside and out, and get a good idea of how the property's being kept.
Oh, that's an excellent point. And actually, I think quite a few professional offices are already using the virtual tours for property management. So it's not for sales and not just for marketing, but it's already proven that it's working for property management.
And if you look at the demographics, they depending on the market, even they can be similar for sales and property management. But in some areas the demographic is younger, and they'd be more conducive to looking at a virtual tour. Then they would photos.